Good morning, students. Welcome to the virtual classrooms. Today in the third chapter, we will be having it as a last lecture. We discussed in our previous lecture related to the ionization energy and electron affinity. Overall, in the periodic trends, we discussed it related to the atomic size, atomic number, metallic character, non-metallic character, acidic character, basic characters. We saw it about atomic and ionic radius, ionization energy, electron gain enthalpy. We saw it that the trend for left to right or top to bottom, as well as we saw it some exceptional characters that we have to remember while writing it for the trends. Today we will be going through the last two trends, that is, one is related to the electronegativity and the another one is related to the oxidation state and chemical properties. Now, first of all, we will discuss about electronegativity. Now, what is meant by electronegativity? Electronegativity here, it indicates that every element has a tendency to gain electrons. Some are having very large amount of the tendency to gain electron, some are having less tendency to gain electron. Certain case we know it that if they are metals, they are always having a tendency to donate electrons. So they don't have tendency to gain electrons. As a result, what happens? We are comparing it only tendency to gain electrons, right? Those elements which are having a high tendency to gain electrons, we consider them to be as a most electronegative element. Certain elements, they are having a tendency to gain electron with respect to some elements, but with respect to other elements they donate electrons. So that means their tendencies are different. So as a result, we will be getting it as again a trend for left to right and top to bottom. So before going it for the trend, what is electronegativity? Electronegativity is defined as tendency of a neutral gaseous atom to gain electron and become negatively charged. Right? Now during this definition, remember it, the previous lecture we told it electron gain enthalpy, and this is electronegativity. What is the difference between these two? Electron gain enthalpy, we told it amount of the energy released by gaining electron. Amount of energy released by gaining electron. Here we are saying electronegativity means only tendency to gain electron. We are not discussing about the energy. Tendency to gain electron and become negatively charged. Right? So those elements which are having a tendency to gain electron is more, they will be more electronegative. Those which are having a less tendency to gain electron, they will be less electronegative. So now let's go it for the trend, left to right in periodic table. What will happen? Left is metals on the left side, right side non-metals. They have tendency to donate electron. They have tendency to gain electron. Right? One is having a tendency to lose electron, one is having a tendency to gain electron. So what will happen? Now they are having a tendency to lose electron, they are having a tendency to gain electron. So when I am moving from left to right in the periodic table, like if I go it for lithium, beryllium, then we will be having it as boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Now what will happen? If I am moving from left to right, so what will happen? This is having a tendency to donate electron, this is having a tendency to gain electron. This is the element which does not have any kind of a tendency, neither to gain, neither to lose. So when I am moving from left to right up to group number 17, we will be able to say that tendency to gain electron, tendency to gain electron up to group 17 increases. That is electronegativity increases. So left to right, electronegativity increases, right? Similarly, let's go it for top to bottom. What will happen? We will be having it as the example of FClBrI. I am taking the same example of FClBrI because in the previous lecture we told that electron gain enthalpy, its trend was not FClBrI, it was ClFBrI. But here, top to bottom, the trend is FClBrI. The trend remains as FClBrI. That means top to bottom, electronegativity decreases. Now, what is the reason for decreasing in the electron negativity? Size. Atomic size increases. As the atomic size is increasing, electron force of attraction between the nucleus and electron decreased, and because of it, tendency to donate electron increases. Tendency to gain electron decreases. So, because of size increases, attraction decreases. Therefore, tendency to gain electron decreases and to lose electron increases. Therefore, top to bottom, electronegativity decreases. Right? Okay. The one positive factor of this electronegativity is they don't have any exceptions. They are having only one character to remember. Compound to compound, the electronegativity of an atom will change. But we are not discussing about the compounds. Here we are discussing only related to the atoms and the periodic trend for left to right or top to bottom. We are not discussing about anything related to the compounds. So we won't go into the detail of it. Right? We are going to get it. So from this, one most important point that we want to remember, fluorine, it's a most electronegative element of the periodic table. Most electronegative element is fluorine, because inert gases won't be included in it. But here the second factor that we want to remember, why we are writing this, according to the electronegativity characteristic, it is told that second most electronegative element is oxygen. It's a more electronegative than chlorine. Oxygen is previous to it. Size is becoming bigger. So as a result, what will happen? Electronegativity is decreasing. So oxygen is second most. So if I want to write it, particularly for the group, we wrote it as FClBrI. But if I want to write it for the complete periodic table, F is the most, then O, then N, then Cl, and so on. Right? So most electronegative is fluorine, second most oxygen, and third is nitrogen. So again, while we are writing the electronegativity, what we want to remember, I want to check the size also. Right? So because of the size, they are smaller, their electronegativity is more. Okay, so that is for the electronegativity. Okay, now the second one, that is the oxidation state. Now we know it. What is oxidation state? Amount of the tendency to acquire positive or negative charge on an atom. This positive or negative charge on an atom is acquired by how? By either donating electron or by gaining electron. If they donate electron, they acquire positive charge. If they gain electron, they acquire negative charge. But why these elements donate or gain electrons? The tendency to gain or lose electron and acquire the charge on them is known as their oxidation number. We are not saying the +1 charge or -1 charge, that we are saying that to acquire that charge, whatever the number of electrons donated or gained, is its oxidation number. So oxidation number is the number of electrons gained or lose by an atom and acquired positive or negative charge on them. That charge is known as their oxidation number. Like sodium, it donates electron, so this +1 is considered as its oxidation number. If we take it as an Mg, Mg donates 2 electrons, so this +2 is its oxidation number. +2 is an oxidation number. It donated 2 electron, we are not discussing like that. It has the charge on it, that is its oxidation number. Now how do we decide their oxidation number? So for that case, metals are having a tendency to donate electrons, non-metals are having a tendency to gain electrons. So for left to right, the octet rule, the 8 electrons in their outermost orbit to compete to the 8 electrons, so that they get a stable electronic configuration, inert gas configuration. They either donate or gain electron. If they donate electron, they will acquire plus charge. If they gain electron, they will acquire minus charge. In short, they want to reach the stability. Now, certain elements will be there which will have a tendency to both for it. Like we will take it as an example of lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. Now this one it will have a tendency to donate 1 electron, so it will become +1. Beryllium will be having a tendency to donate 2 electrons, so it will acquire +2. Boron +3. But the case of the carbon, it can be +4, it can be -4, it can go from +4 to -4. Either it can gain electron, it can share electron, it can donate electron. So from compound to compound, the oxidation state of the carbon will vary. It's a possible to go for different oxidation states. These elements are having fixed oxidation states, while the carbon we are having a variable oxidation state. Nitrogen we will be having it as an -3 to +5. It's having 5 electrons in its outermost orbit. To complete the octet, it may gain 3 electrons and it may also donate 5 electrons so that it can get an inert gas configuration. And that's the reason why we get it as the range of the nitrogen as -3 to +5. For the oxygen, we get it as -2, fluorine always -1, and neon neither gains neither lose. Right? So from element to element, the oxidation state will change, as well as depending upon their tendency, depending upon the compound, their oxidation state will change. Right? So that is the oxidation state. The last one of it, that is certain elements of the periodic table, they are having it, particularly which I wrote it over here. These elements are having an anomalous behavior. The word I am using it is a Now what is the meaning of anomalous behavior? Actually we know it that in the periodic table when these elements are placed, their properties are as same as their elements in the same group. But these elements, particularly I have written this period, this particular period, these elements are having certain properties different than their own groups. Like I can say that lithium has in something different properties as compared to that of sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. Right? Similarly, beryllium will have a certain different properties compared to that of magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium. Right? So they are having something different properties as compared to the property of their own group. This change in the property is depending on what? Lithium will have a behavior as similar as magnesium. Beryllium will have a relation as aluminium. So what is it known as? Diagonal relation. They are having it as a diagonally. Element of lithium, first group, has the same property as like magnesium. Beryllium has the same property as that of aluminium. Now what is the reason behind this? The reason for these anomalous behavior or diagonal relationship is because of their small size. That is the first reason. They are having an because of small size. The second factor that is responsible for it is they are having it as a small charge by radius ratio. Charge by radius. The ratio of charge by radius ratio is small. Right? So that is the second reason. Third reason, that is absence of d orbital in these groups. They don't have any type of an d orbital present in them. And the fourth one, that is high electronegativity. These elements are highly electronegative, so they are having it as a somewhat different. Another one is they are capable of producing more than one bond. Double and triple bonds. Particularly we are talking about carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. They are capable of producing covalent bonds. Though they are metals, they are capable of producing covalent bonds, and that's the reason why they are having it as an anomalous behavior or diagonal relationship with the elements other than their own group. Okay, is it clear to everyone? Okay, that's all what we are having it in this chapter. You can go through from the textbook, read the notes, read it carefully, whatever the material is been going to be given to you, take it, learn them properly. The trends, objective questions are going to be and very important for you, particularly for this chapter. Right? In our next lecture, we will be starting with a new chapter, and that is chapter number 4, chemical bonding. Right? But make sure that you complete this, learn it thoroughly before we start our next chapter. Thank you.